Morning, everyone. I'm Jerry from Grade 10B, and I'm here to share some of my childhood highlights. I mean those which made the teachers retire early. Well, before they start, I got some questions for you. Have you ever been called a problem child by the people? Or been isolated because you are making loads of troubles? Have you ever determined to do some change, but it's too hard? When I was young, I had a short fuse. There's once, our group leader assigned me extra chores, wiping desks, sweeping floors, and taking out the trash. I was quite confused. Why stole me? Shouldn't we take turns? Then he yelled to me madly, "If you don't like it, then you have to quit. You just throw our tasks away while we are struggling by these suffering things." Well, to my 6-year-old mind, this was a declaration of war, so I punched him madly. That evening, my mom came and picked me up after the teacher made us apologize. I saw her face was darker than the blackboard. I was not there to look at her eyes. It's just a part of the picture, and that's how I was considered as the public enemy in the class. Everyone are keeping a respectful distance from me and viewing me as a retarded. Anyway, I have no true friends at that time. For a few weeks after that instance, I saw some stars glowing on my ceilings. The more angrier I got during the day, the more those stars looked like judging eyes at night, which made me feel unwell. So I take a long way home, past the soccer field where all the kids play. But their happy laughter made my chest hurt in a way punches never did. But the worst was in the 4th grade, when the teachers would step back slightly when I just raised my little hands up. This tiny movement screamed louder than any detention. They expect the worst from me. Well, at night, Mom was peeling apples in the kitchen. When I asked if I was hopeless, she smiled. "Your brother said you used to be like a monster, but now you are more like a smarter fighter." Remember his chemistry test? When he was finished, he rushed out and yelled, "Mama, it's too hard! I didn't write them all!" She was almost vanished into the pavement. But last month, she called my brother was studying math under the blankets at 2 a.m. And his math teacher called his process a miracle. So I asked her, could I have miracles too? She put down the apple and grinned my wrist. "Your brother changed because he saw his results in the parents' meetings, and he didn't accept that. Your own change depends on what did you want to see when you look into the mirror." The next morning, I stood frozen when someone bumped into me in the hallway. My fists started to clench, and we argued fiercely and fought. At lunchtime, I was still hating that guy, although we already apologized to each other. But the students around me were still making fun of me. I couldn't stand anymore. So I called my mom to pick me up after the lunch. She agreed and told me to go to the bathroom and wash my face. I did. When I looked into the mirror, I saw a face hanging his tears like a clown. Then I finally knew what my mom meant before. And I realized that I was failed. I was totally failed. I was totally failed to even make a little effort on my terrible temper. And I just don't understand why I'm always full of madness. How can I stop these terrible thoughts? And this is certainly not what I wanted to be. And a feeling of shame to feel within my mind. After a while, my mom came and picked me up. On the way home, I felt disappointed, and I told her that I was really sorry to her because I did change nothing to my bad temper. And I even said I was useless. But she thought I was wrong. You did change, but you didn't see. I was confused. If it is, and what is it? You realize what the problem is, and you can find the reason on yourself, which you have never done it before. She replied, if you realize what the problem is, then you are able to deal with it. Her response is really amazed me. Well, at night, I was still wondering about the things happened today when I was laying on my bed. Well, although that I did no change on my bad temper, but it still gave me some faith. A faith to try it again. Even though it might be another failure. The next day, at the break time, I was wandering in the basketball court. Then, a ball rolled towards my feet. I was almost just kick it away at the old times. But this time, I picked it up and said, can I have a joint? My volume is as low as a mosquito. And my story is finished. The things that I want to say is the process of changing never occurs in the light speed. There are the sweat dripping off your nose when you are fighting against with your fat. There are also the shaky words you force out when you are overcoming the communication problems. And did you remember the questions that I asked before? Nowadays, I'm far from being a good student, but at least I'm not the troublemaking kid anymore. And I even made some friends. Though some of them call me worship, not because I'm bold-minded, but also because of my size. Well, before the ending, I wish those who are not admitted, who are not permitted, who are struggling in the failure, could all find the silver linings in the black clouds of life. Thank you for listening.